Hello everybody and welcome back to RainBro Crafts. My name is of course Colton, and today we will be making for you the third soap in our Pride 2026 collection. This soap, you might have guessed, is the yellow soap in our Rainbow Pride flag collection, and it is scented with a fragrance from one of our most popular soaps of all time, and that is the Ilia soap from our Heated Rivalry collection back in February for our Valentine's capsule collection. So this soap, like all of the Pride soaps that we are doing for the month of June, if you've seen the past two videos I've posted, you'll be familiar with this, but we are doing a same design with different colors to represent the traditional rainbow colors. So red, orange, green, yellow, so that is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. But we are doing a black base layer, and then we're doing a super colorful neon top layer. So like I mentioned, this soap is scented with the same scent as the Ilia soap back from February. So that is tobacco and bay leaf from Bramble Berry, and it is scented with bay leaf, obviously, fir needles, cedarwood, bergamot, and then tobacco. And you might be thinking of tobacco as smelling like cigarettes or smoke or something along those lines. And I definitely get where you're coming from there, but I do want you to kind of think about more tobacco as like an unsmoked cigar. So it's kind of sweet, it's a little spicy, it's a little mysterious, which is exactly why we picked it for Ilia back in February. And we knew that we had to bring it back for our Pride collection in 2026 because 1, it sold so well, 2, it smelled amazing, and 3, spicy, like mysterious, is the perfect soap for a Pride collection. While I've been chatting, Zach has been making the bottom layer, which is colored with the black pearl mica from Mad Micas, and he is now going to be making the top layer, which is our yellow layer. And last week I had said that the orange color was like super bright and super crazy in terms of like its neonness, which I don't really think is a word, but it could be. Maybe we'll make it a word. This video here, the yellow is kind of off the chain in terms of how bright it is. It looks like Zach is pouring in glow stick liquid into the soap batter here. This is Tennis Ball Breaker Neon Yellow from Mad Micas. Again, we bought a neon collection, like sample pack from them. That's where all of these colors are coming from. And this yellow definitely does not disappoint in terms of how neon it is. It looks like it's glowing. And similar to the pink/red that we did for the first soap, the Neon Berry soap, and I'll put a card up in the corner there if you haven't seen that video. This one too is blacklight reactive, so it looks like a glow stick under black light. While we haven't tried that yet, that would definitely be something to try. It is, if you're looking for a bright yellow, this is the yellow for ya. So we'll do just like we always do. We'll put our fragrance oils in there. We have used this fragrance oil, like I mentioned, in our February collection, so we know how it works. And so we're doing the micas and the fragrance oil all at once. If you weren't quite sure how the micas and any whatever colorants you're using and the fragrance oils behave in soap batter, you could always do the fragrance first or the colorant first. We usually do the fragrance first and then the colorant second, because we usually are splitting off soap batter into multiple parts, and instead of doing like calculations and measuring things by halves or quarters or whatever, it's just easier for us. Alright, now that that's to a nice pourable consistency, we will pour this over a scraper there into our slabs, going for half of the soap batter in each mold there. The bottom layer is set up pretty nicely, but this again is just an added layer of security so that we don't ruin our nice, clean, crisp lines. I did in a soap I made for July kind of miss my spatula. Thankfully it was on the end so it doesn't look super noticeable, but it really was a bummer because I wanted a nice clean crisp line like all of these soaps for this collection got. I will say, and maybe we'll get a little, hate is a strong word, but we still haven't actually watched Heated Rivalry except the first episode. It's not necessarily the type of show that we watch. We're not really like romance type people. We're more like Survivor or Drag Race or The Real Housewives. Those types of shows. Romance and like happy endings are not really what we're looking for. So I'm glad people liked it. Probably won't actually watch it unless maybe we're both like sick for a little while or something like that. Alright, now that soap batter is in the mold and it's had a little bit of time to set up, Zach's going to go in with his scraper there and just do some really like general swoops, kind of randomizing it to make it look a little textured, a little more interesting. It is super hard for the camera to pick up on the texture that this soap has right now. It just kind of all looks flat, and I think that's a combination of the neon color and the overhead lighting and things like that. But you can see this a little more in person than what it looks like on camera. Once he is satisfied with the texture, we kind of want a little bit of texture on each bar. We will then spritz this with some rubbing alcohol, set it aside for 24 hours, and then it is time to unmold and slice up. We did unmold this off camera. And then we have our slicer here. The one thing to note with the tobacco bay leaf fragrance oil is that it does discolor ever so slightly to like a pale brown. So this yellow isn't as neon as it was the day before. I will say on the Bramble Berry website, the brown that they show it turning to, we haven't had it turn that tan, but just keep note, if you really wanted like a true bright neon color, maybe change to a different fragrance oil. You can kind of see when Zach's cutting here, there's like a darker yellow outside and then that super neon inside. Over time, it will all kind of mellow out to that darker kind of tannish yellow color, which is fine. It still gets the point across. It still is exactly what we were looking for. If you do hear chainsaws in the background, I think our neighbor is cutting down a large tree, or someone they paid is cutting down a large tree, and I tried to put off this voiceover as long as possible, but they've just been at it since like 9 a.m. this morning, so it's not a horror movie, it's nothing like that, it's just a lot of yard work. I'm sure it's going to look great. But that is it. This is our yellow submarine soap, which is part of our Pride 2026 collection. This soap, along with all of the others, will be for sale starting June 1st, online and in person. So check out our website, rainbrocrafts.com, or come see us in person to grab yourself a bar or 3, whatever you like. Like I said, this is one of our most popular scents, so definitely keep an eye out and grab them while they last. My question for you all is, what type of genre of TV show is your most favorite? Maybe like guilty pleasure TV show would be a really good question. Ours are probably Real Housewives of Salt Lake City or the Rhode Island variant is really good. If you do want to get soaps, candles, or bath bombs sent to your house each and every month, check out our website, rainbrocrafts.com, for details on how to become a subscriber and join this list of lovely individuals that just showed up on your screen here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to tell me your favorite guilty pleasure TV show, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell icon so you get notified when we release new videos. Thanks. Bye.